You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today on our Training Thursday, we're basically picking up yesterday where we left off. So hopefully you tuned in. It was a great show, in my opinion at least, to the 5 specific ways to stop sugar cravings. So what I do is, and again, as always, I try to give you really simple tips, right? I try to break down all these complex biochemical-based things that take place in our body, in our physiology, and just make it simple, because that's what it's all about, right? That's what I ask my coaches to do for me. I might not be the best at technology, the best at websites, the best at whatever any of this stuff is, certainly not the best at finances, accounting, all that, and I look to experts in their field and say, hey, break it down easy for me, because I'm not going to go back to school for my MBA in accounting or whatever it might be, right? That's not my job. Never will be my job. No interest in it whatsoever. But I need the tips. I need to know what I need to know. So make it easy for me. And that's what I try to do. So hopefully you tuned in yesterday. 5 specific ways to stop sugar cravings, plus one little bonus way as well. And I talked about exercise yesterday. So what I want to talk about today is something I call the 2020 workout formula. I really enjoy this. I use it once a week, I would say, and I really do, because I'll tell you why. This workout formula, when you use this, it makes the workout fly by. Like literally before you know it, you got into your workout and you're done. So anyone who doesn't even really love exercising, this is the best way to do it. It's super simple. And again, you don't have to do it for every workout. One of the ways I like to actually give this to a lot of private clients that I might be working with, where I'm designing their own private metabolic body transformation program, whatever you want to call it, their online workout, their in-person workout. Don't do it as much for athletes unless this is their off-season workout program. And again, they just want to do a fun workout, which we'll talk about in a moment. And I don't do it necessarily for a figure competitor, bodybuilder, whatever it might be. However, I do it for general population for what I call a vanity workout or metabolic booster. Now, vanity is not used in a negative format or negative term in this manner. It's simply meant to, this will get your body in better shape. You will look better because of doing it, and you'll be more interested in your workouts. I actually love it. I think it's a phenomenal one. I like to do it later in my week or on the weekend. And what we sometimes call them is like touch-up workouts, meaning like for 20 minutes, you're going to work on body parts. You're going to work on parts of your body or an overall metabolic booster, which I'll talk about, that's going to bring body parts up that are lagging. Like, for example, okay, let's get right into it. So, for example, if I'm working with usually a guy, it doesn't have to just be a guy, but usually a guy, if I'm working with him and he wants to get bigger arms and shoulders, right? That's kind of a common thing amongst a lot of guys, is I've never heard a guy say my arms are too big. Like I've actually just never heard that. That's kind of one of the sayings, like your arms can never be too big as a guy. Like that's an okay part to just, keep growing those as well. Even if it's not in proportion, some guys like, I just want bigger arms. So one of the things we can do is we have to get their real workouts out of the way, which means we need the deadlifts, the squats, we need the lunges and the step ups, and we need the presses and the pulls. We have to keep the body balanced, the core work. But let's say they've already done 3 of those workouts in the week. There's nothing wrong with doing what we'll call a vanity or touch-up workout on the weekend, where they're doing more shoulder and arm work, and then maybe they're doing a little core work, and they're doing that for 20 minutes, okay? So again, nothing wrong with doing that, and it's a fun workout, because workouts, it's okay. Like at a lot of health and fitness professionals, like sometimes it's just so serious all the time about program design. And believe me, I get it. I've been in this world forever and I love it. But it's also okay too. And again, I know there's a lot of health professionals listening. That's why I'm saying this. It's okay too for your clients to have a little fun. Meaning like if they've done great for their workouts for the week and they're taking some workouts on their own, this is one I will give someone to do on their own that can just be fun. So like I'll give a guy an arm and shoulder based workout. It can still be like a squat press, meaning like like they're still getting a squat in there and then coming up the same time for a press. So I'm still getting the larger muscles in the legs working to boost their metabolism, natural growth hormone, testosterone, working their core. But then I can still have them doing some bicep curls, some tricep press downs. Nothing wrong with that. They're enjoying themselves, having a little fun. Okay, for everyone else, for the first 20 minutes, now again, it's called the 20-20 formula. If you get it by now, it's 20 minutes of resistance training and then 20 minutes of a specific type of cardio, which I'll get to in a moment. This will not be a long episode because I'm going to balance out yesterday's 20-minute show. Even though I totally believe yesterday was worth every minute of that 20 minutes, today is going to be a little shorter. So the first 20 minutes is some type of resistance-based training. Almost 100% of the time, unless it's very specific for someone, it's going to be some type of metabolic interval training, even for their weight training, which means they're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, or even 5 exercises in a row. Then they're going to be taking a rest of 1, 2, or 3 minutes, and they're going to be repeating that 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 more times. It's really simple. It's complex in how it actually works, but it's so simple to do. Meaning, like, as a health professional, fitness professional, you need to design it in a way so the body actually stays balanced. The problem is when you do a boot camp, these types of things, you'll be doing all pressing movements. Like, literally everything is kyphotic based, which means it rounds your shoulders forward, it tightens your chest, it tightens your hip flexors, it tightens your abs. It's not a balanced workout. It's not really the instructor's fault. They're just kind of going by whatever's popular, and they're giving people a great workout. Great in terms of they feel like they're sweating, they feel like they're getting a good workout. Not good for posture, certainly not good for biomechanics, not good for injury prevention, but, it's fun, and so it is what it is. But you can get the best of both worlds by actually get a nicely designed program where you're pushing, then you're pulling, and you're kind of just balancing the body overall. So why don't I give you an example here? I already talked about kind of the vanity arm shoulder based workout, but you could also do let's just say a superset, like super simple, right? So you're going to do let's say a dumbbell chest press followed by a one arm reach to a row, which is a hamstring based exercise. You're reaching out with one dumbbell and then you're pulling back. I'm just giving you an example today. All I want you to get is the major concept so that you can create this for your own workouts. So bear with me. And then after that, you do that 3 times. Then after, with the rest in between, after that, you need to do the opposite. So I already got kind of that the back of the shoulders in there. However, I like to do more pulling. I like to open up the posture, pull things back a little bit more. So what I might have in this scenario is some type of let's say a lat pull down or a pull up or something like that. So I can, again, further open up the chest, further work what's called the postural muscles like the rhomboids, some of the shoulder muscles as well in the back, which are the infraspinatus, supraspinatus, all those spinatuses back there. And that's going to be just phenomenal for really, again, working on posture. So you don't have to force your shoulders back. You just naturally get to keep your chest open and shoulders back. And then I'll do another exercise in there as well. I just did the hammies, glutes in that first part. So I might do a step up. I might do a lunge. I might do a squat. I might do a front squat. I might do an overhead squat. One of those exercises, just super simple. I can even throw in some core work if I wanted there. So again, all I'm showing is you're doing a resistance workout first. You can even do the same resistance workout you're doing right now, just get it in within 20 minutes. So it's kind of nice. Like when you take a 30-minute, 40-minute workout and you do it in 20 minutes, it's called escalated density training. And what that is called, I wish I could give credit to the person right off the top of my head right now. It was either Charles Poliquin, I believe it was Charles Poliquin, who came up with that term, escalated density training. All it means is you do more work in less time and you get better results because you basically take all that work, force it into a smaller amount on the body, and the body gets better results. Now, what you do after this 20 minutes of any type of weight training in the world, so anyway, just find a good weight training workout. After that, after you're done with the 20 minutes of that, right into 20 minutes of interval training. So what I like to do is I like to get on a bike and typically do my intervals, or if I can get the good fortune of being outside where I can do hill sprints, or I can be at a track and do a 200-meter sprint, I'll do that. That's absolutely fantastic. Being outside and sprinting is the way to be if you can. So anybody with knee-based issues or anything like that, you can just get on an upright bike. You can get on a spin bike, and you can do a 30-second, 40-second, or 60-second sprint. It could even just be 20 seconds. And I want you to follow that by 2 to 3 times the rest interval, okay? So very simple. If you did a 30-second sprint, which is totally normal to do, that works great. Do a minute to a minute and a half of rest period. Guess what? You do 10 of those, you just finished your 20 minutes. So simple to do. Honestly, so simple to do. 20 minutes of weight training, followed by 10 intervals at the end of your workout. Now, that's maximum. Your first time doing this is a really challenging workout in just 40 minutes. You might only do 3 to 5 intervals. That's totally okay. Remember, you have the rest of your life to work up to this. Nobody says that you need to do 10 intervals. Nobody's watching you. You don't need to do 10 intervals the first time you try this. It could be overkill, and most likely is. If you've never done this before, start with 3 to 5 intervals. I'm telling you, 30 seconds at a time, you're good to go. Rest for 30 to 60 seconds, which just means you're pedaling very lightly on the bike, or you're just walking if you finished your sprint. You're not jogging. That's not an interval. That's still aerobic based. What I'm saying is you're trying to bring your heart rate down as fast as possible to then just get that full all-out sprint again. So I'm telling you, if you try this, and I really want you to try it, and I want you to let me know how it goes. All you have to do is go to stevencabral.com/Ask Cabral. Just let me know how it went. I'd love to hear it, love to get that feedback. But I'm telling you, 20 minutes of weight training, that's all you need. I'm telling you, you can get it done in 20 minutes. And then 20 minutes of intervals is going to be fantastic. Just try it for once a week. You can do your normal workouts with a personal trainer that you're working with. And again, if you're a personal trainer, health professional, forward the show to a client. Have them do it on their own. Get them motivated. Get them pumped up about doing this, because they're still going to do their full workouts with you. No doubt about that. This is not taking the place of that. But then on their own, they can get in one of these 20-20 workout formulas, and it's going to work great. But also, it's going to be motivating because the time just flies by. When you're done with the workout, you can do a little stretching if you want. You can even do a little bit of ab work if you want. It's your fun day. You can do whatever you want. Get in a sauna if your gym has a dry sauna after that. Sweat a little bit more. Get some of those toxins out. That is the ideal workout. That's what I like to do when I work out, especially on the weekends when the gym isn't that busy. I get in my fun workout, I get in my intervals, I get in the sauna, and I love it. That's what it's all about. Exercise should be fun. It really should be. It should not be a chore. So hopefully this workout, this Training Thursday, that's what we call it. Yes, Training Thursday revitalizes you, kind of picks you back up, makes you want to get in the gym. Or again, you don't need to have a gym membership, because guess what? You can do some kettlebell work on your own. You can do dumbbell work on your own. You can do bodyweight workout on your own. And then you can do intervals. What would your intervals be if you have no equipment at all? It would be mountain climbers, right? Or it would be squat thrusts, or it would be jump roping, or it would be jumping on the rebounder, or it would be running in place. Again, stop making excuses. Exercising is so much easier than you think, and you can just use your own body weight if you're stuck. So again, hopefully this episode maybe lights a little bit of a fire underneath you, and feel free to pass this show along to anyone whom you believe it could help. Thank you everyone for tuning in to another Cabral Concept. I appreciate each and every one of your listens. Thank you. Before you go, I wanted to share a personal story with you. The real reason I began to get well finally is because I figured out what was wrong with me. And that might seem pretty obvious, but I went from doctor to doctor for over 2 years before discovering at-home functional medicine lab testing. These are the labs that enabled me to finally figure out what was wrong with my hormones, blood sugar, electrolytes, and gut health. And once I knew what was wrong, I could then follow a proven plan in order to rebalance my body from the inside out. This is why I believe so strongly in functional medicine lab testing, and why I've made it my mission to share these labs with the world. Now at equa.life, you can order an at-home lab test or a lab bundle for you and your family and be able to complete it within the week. Plus, the EquaLife difference is that you're not left to try to read and figure out these labs on your own. We explain what your lab numbers mean, what they mean in the much bigger picture, and then how to go about rebalancing your body in order to heal. To see our full selection of lab tests, or to set up a free lab selection call to find out what labs may be best for you, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. And do remember, we ship these all over the world. To find out more and to set up your free lab selection call, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. That's EQUI.LIFE/labs.